This is a HeadGum podcast.
Okay, well, hey Gorge.
Hey, Gorge.
My name's Gottmik,
And my name is Violet Chachki.
and you're watching No Gorge. No Gorge.
Well, we wanted to start the season off strong by getting dressed up as girls.
Yeah, we got in drag last week. Obviously, you saw.
And, but I do love the idea of just like being able to show up and be hilarious, be cunty, and leave.
Yeah.
The showing up and having to fucking adjust all the shit and do all the stuff and get in drag and do the hair and do the makeup and just check the mics and check the lights and just the studio and all this shit. I'm like, must be nice for all you other little bitches out there.
But last time we were filming and we lost all the audio, we were talking about fetishes.
Right.
Yeah, which is like a very fun hot top.
Well, I think the episode that we lost, I think we'll put on Patreon. We talked more about like just generally what we think of fetishes and all that. But you had a great idea to discuss like the top fetishes.
Yeah, which is like not that different than what we were talking about.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean,
Did we talk about piss?
we didn't.
We should.
No, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, because I asked
You know
if
what?
you've
The
ever-
Patreons will get even more fetish discussions.
Yeah,
And then some. And we're dressed as women.
I know it's better, but I'm gonna outfit
Exclusive.
repeat because I fucking love that Saint Laurent skirt I was wearing. So, if you're on Patreon, don't
Lizzie
tell.
McGuire, you're an outfit repeater.
Yeah, I'm going to, bitch. Are you kidding? I love that skirt.
I think you're allowed to wear. It was first of all, it's shorts.
Or shorts, yeah.
They're gaucho pants.
I'm
that
wearing
look like-
gaucho pants on Patreon. If that
Those-
doesn't get you to subscribe,
Go check out the gauchos on Patreon. I think you're allowed to wear your own Saint Laurent gauchos more than once.
yeah. Key findings: 25% had tried fetishism.
What fetishism? What does that even mean? You can fetishize
I don't know.
anything.
Yeah, I was
guess.
thinking about that too after we filmed. Is like I think everything is. could
I
be
wish
a
I was
fetish.
fetishized as something.
I am.
I know you are. Must be nice.
Well,
You always complain about it. I don't get it. I'd be like, yeah, fuck me.
Well, I used to. I don't know. Like I used to be told that like, oh, if like a guy is fetishizing you for being trans, it's like bad. But then
I don't give a fuck.
right. But yeah, no. And I used to like. Hate
At least
that.
someone wants to fuck you.
Right, and then now I'm like, or they're just being like upfront that they're really into that, and it's kind of like fine.
Why would it? I don't get why
I don't
it
really
wouldn't
know
be
why it
fine.
would be fine.
I guess because like the trans sex like worker, like they're more than just a sex object thing, which I understand, but like I think maybe it's shifting a bit. What's the word for people who are attracted to trans people? Like there's like a term for it.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's like very modern.
really.
Yeah.
I don't love that.
It just means like I think taking it out of like a sex object thing and like putting trans women in danger. There's like a narrative here that I do understand where it becomes problematic, where it's like you don't see them as like fully realized individual human beings. You see them only as this sexualized thing, which is
Yeah.
like why people say bad word, because it's like comes from like porn basically.
Right. Yeah.
But I think people who are openly at least pursuing you are not doing it in like a sex object kind of way. They're like, oh, I'm attracted to you and I am into the fact that you're trans.
Yeah.
And like I would like it, they're like trying to date you and fuck you. You know what I mean?
I think so too. I think like as long as they're not, I think as long as you're not literally like I'm a sex fucking doll to you, it's like fine. But also at the same
there's something-
time,
yeah,
I'm
right.
like, if I'm like doing a one night stand, it's like you're a sex doll to me,
Exactly.
you know. So
Exactly.
so it's like, but yeah, I don't.
But
know.
you do say sometimes everyone wants to have their little training experience,
Mhm.
and that bothers you.
I do always say that is that everyone wants to have their little training experience. Yeah, because I guess that is where it gets weird. Because it's like I feel like especially I was in Australia and this one trans girl was like, have you noticed that like trans guys have been like fetishized a lot more than ever lately? And I was like, I think I have.
Mhm. Me too.
Yeah, it's like, and I think there's just like a thing right now where it's like everyone just wants their little like trans guy experience in the world. It's like
Yeah.
very interesting, and it's like, and it's not even that they are into it. I can tell they're just like, or not that they're
They
not,
are
but
into
they,
it.
I mean, they're just like everyone just like wants to try it, and then it's like okay, and then it's like sometimes they're like so like removed. I don't even know how to even describe what I'm saying, but sometimes it's so off the cuff that they just want this little experience that like I'm like feeling like I'm coaching them or something, and I'm like, babe, I'm not.
When I was with my first trans
this.
guy, he like was coaching me a bit about it, and I was like, okay, well, I don't want this to be like a weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, sorry, I'm not experienced with this.
Well, I just, it's like
and then I got turned off.
the younger generation too. Everything is like, so is this okay? Is this okay? Like permit. What is it called? Like permission. Like loves it.
I'm so over that.
Right. Which is to the point.
Fuck
it's like
me.
Right. Which is like to a certain point. It's like yes, like love it. We do understand. What
Especially
is that?
as like consent.
Consent.
Especially as like celebrities or whatever you want to call us, people will be like scared to like do. I'm like, dude,
yes,
literally
like,
throw me up against the wall
I
or
think
get
maybe,
away.
I think maybe like at first, like maybe be like, hey, can I like?
No.
I don't know.
Not for me.
Like if you're like, I'm just well, not really for me either. Spoiler alert if you see me out. But yeah, I
unless
think
you're
like,
disgusting looking, then don't touch me.
Yeah, but it's like. Maybe at first I could see something there, but like if we're in the bedroom, baby, like come on.
Yeah, if we're alone and we're making out, like that's your consent.
Right. And
that is like, my consent.
And
like,
then we were just like hooking up, and then you're just like, "It's okay." Like, what? And I'm like, yes, babe. Like the whole fucking time. Like,
but also like if it's not okay, I'll be like, stop.
Well, I think that's the thing is like people won't.
Or I'll be like, if someone's like I don't really like my dick being played with that much.
Okay, hello.
Unless I'm like,
let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it. Well, I just don't like. I'm like not. I have to be like in a really specific mood. Just don't like it too much.
Right. Okay.
Like a guy, especially when a guy's like aggressively trying to suck my dick. I'm like, babe,
me.
Whoa, like salute, and I'm like. Ew, like you don't look good. Like it's like not the vibe for me. Like no.
Wait, really?
Like, you're not doing it right.
Wait, side note to that one. I one time was hooking up with this guy and I was turning it and then I like got up and no. But I like was sucking his dick and I was like going to make out with him. I was like, oh my God, I love your dick. And he goes, I can tell.
Oh. Queen.
Yeah, was I going off?
You were going off, girl.
Like, Jesus. Like what? No. I did though.
He's like, whoa.
And I think I was like, okay.
I did though.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. Well, I guess we're all on the same page.
Well,
then,
I think
aren't
he was like, I was like, oh, I love your dick. He's like, I could tell. And I was like, okay. I kept making out with him.
I think he thought it was hot.
I hope. It's a weird thing to say.
Whatever.
I can tell. And it was like that too.
It should have been more like, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do, sister.
I'd be like, work, bitch.
You better work, diva.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I just like don't really like it sometimes, and I'll literally just like take the guy's hand or whatever he's doing and just be like, and like redirect. I'm not like, you don't have my consent for that.
Well,
I'm just like,
sometimes
let me redirect the. I'll like throw him on the bed and like do something else.
Throwing on the bed, that's fierce. Because sometimes
I'll switch it up if I don't like what he's doing.
Yeah, I think this is like a trans psychosis thing that I have is like if a guy will not let me like penetrate him in any way, like even if I can't even eat his ass, hate, and he's like, hey, no, I'm like,
what if they're not
excuse
clean though? You learned that the hard way too.
Yeah.
That we did talk about last episode. Your giardia.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that.
You like eating shit. Just admit it.
I don't.
That's your fetish. You like to eat shit.
I don't love to eat shit. I like to. I like.
You liked it that one time.
No, I like to eat ass, and this guy was like. And he was like, I like flipped.
He was
him
like,
around.
"Don't eat my ass.
We were
I'm
at a
dirty," and you were
bar.
like, "I don't give a fuck."
We were at a bar, and I flipped him around. And
A bar?
Yeah, we were at
Beaches?
We were at
Akbar.
Akbar.
Was this that one guy who's always trying to fuck us?
No.
Sometimes he looks hot.
You love making out with him. Anyway, so that's another story. But he flipped him around. I was like trying to eat his ass, and he was like, I'm not clean. I was like, oh, I don't care. Just because I'm like, okay.
You prefer it, it sounds like.
No, I just thought that meant like, okay, what? It's going to taste bad for
He
a
like
sec.
knows there's shit down there.
I
He like didn't
guess.
wipe or something.
I don't know. And then I literally had to go to the emergency room. I was like, so sick.
See, now,
So you can actually get sick. So
I
watch
love
it.
eating ass too.
Yeah.
Which probably might surprise some people. I love it, especially if
Yeah.
you have a nice ass.
Oh my God.
But
Love.
to me, it's more like I even like to eat the ass and like then bring it around town to the front.
You have to.
Like,
What do you mean? You can't just leave
like
it.
full service, like front and back.
course.
You know what I mean?
Bring it around town.
It's all part of it to me. I want the whole thing. It is.
I
don't
agree. I
One or the
agree.
other. It's so weird.
But some guys are like that.
Losers.
Right.
I don't know. I just think you should really.
But no one fetishizes me. I think one time a guy fetishized me in drag. This is the one time I had sex in drag. And then, I mean, I don't think he like really fetishized me in drag. He just like, I was a chaser and like was just like wig and just
Yeah.
like went for it, which is fine until I've told this story plenty of times. He like spanked my ass and I had hip pads on. And it was like not the vibe. And I had glitter all over my face. And
I mean, yeah, that would be the only thing really to fetishize you for is drag. And it's like, who the fuck has a drag fetish? Especially
Can
in
someone?
in
Hello?
2025 with these freaks I'm seeing on TV.
well,
Imagine
not
fetishizing
those-
that.
Bitch,
Imagine fetishizing like you need to have your eyelid coated in black liner
If there's-
and chunky lace.
They have like a cockatoo.
Yeah,
wig.
it's like-
you're getting
and they're
fucked in your nose. Well, like I wish, like in my dream scenario, the guy of my dreams is like hot, knows what he wants, like kind of queer, but like butch queen about it, like butch femme, like can still like throw it, but like knows what he wants, goes for it, verse top vibes,
Right.
and he would want to fuck me in drag, but like the right way. Like we're talking like Asian provocateur lingerie, everything is nared, the wig is glued, tint. We're talking like Ardell lash, just a little face tape, tweeze the eyebrows a little, lip tint, light foundation, everything shaved.
Well,
You know
see,
what I mean?
maybe a lot of the guys that fetishize trans women in the wrong way
Would
are
fetishize
actually
me.
looking for that.
Well, hit
They're
me up.
looking for a little with a lip tint.
Ding, ding, ding. I'll do it. I
Yeah.
would so turn it out.
It's also funny because I think I was just saying like who fetishizes drag, but I'm like maybe I think I do.
You do.
I literally do that.
You
yeah.
do.
Because I'm like that is so hot that it's like oh because I like am
If
I
their drag
lean
is, well, you
more
fuck ugly drag
towards-
queens.
out of drag though,
Yeah.
not in drag.
Right.
But
their drag is bad.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't really think about it during the sex.
Well, then why are you fetishizing them?
I don't know. I don't. No.
Then
I
what's
think
the
I just-
connection at all?
I mean, I think it's just hot. I don't fuck that many ugly drag queens. Who?
Who not? Which one have you fucked that isn't? Like literally.
There's a handful.
I know. I'm thinking of all of them one by one, and I can't think of a single one whose drag I'm like, wow, exquisite.
Really?
Not a single one.
I mean, who can you think of that you think is drag exquisite?
Literally,
If I fucked
just
like
me.
Dolly Levi.
Yes. Well, yes. Please fuck Dolly Levi.
I will.
And if you don't know who Dolly Levi
to
is, that's
me-
like my favorite drag queen in the world. She's like
everything.
everything to me. I want to go see her. We should go to
know.
Hamburger Mary's and check it
Oh,
out.
if she's there tomorrow, we're going. This website says 1 out of 3 have had sex in a place they risked getting caught.
I probably have. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've fucked in a dark room before. Not really like getting caught. I mean, you're kind of like, that's like a safe space.
I think that's hot though.
In
But
a
love
club.
that.
You love a club fuck.
I do, but I'm not like scared of getting caught there. It's like
Into club, we all found. What?
I mean,
I
but
just
you
like,
could.
but I also like Violet one
Oh,
time.
I've sucked a guy in an Uber before.
Okay, that's
And
getting
we
caught.
got caught and he was pissed.
Oh shit. Yeah, that is fierce. I got fingered on the side of the road one time walking to
That
this guy's. Guess what the most common fetish of all is?
Is it by state or the U.S.?
all.
Of all in the world?
Yep.
I'm gonna say
The top fetishes are like so normal that it's,
basic.
like, that it like makes sense.
What?
But it's foot fetish. Top foot fetish. And 18% of men have a foot fetish, while only 4%.
For girls?
Yeah, it would only 4% of women have a foot fetish, which makes sense. I
Well,
don't
we're
wanna
talking
ever-
about gay shit.
We're just talking about in general. We're inclusive on the
Well,
pod.
I don't really get why would a girl have a foot fetish for a guy?
Guy feet are ugly. I hate when guys wear sandals so much. Like, keep those puppies in.
Unless you're at the
in
beach,
the
I
ship.
don't. Even at the beach.
Barely.
Yeah.
I better be a nice sandal, a flip flop, a thong, if you will.
Unless you're like
Disgusting.
in Rio, like I don't want to see it. I've like been with doms who like I guess are into their feet being worshipped or stuff. Like that's they're into foot fetish in that way. Like they like their feet being played with.
Right.
It doesn't really do much for me.
Me either.
But
I don't love it. I
I'm
don't
like
love it.
down to like give it a go. Like sure,
Sometimes.
if it does something for you, like of course, why not?
Oh, love it. Go
But
for it.
go for it for sure. But I do like when a guy like has nice feet though, and like does pedicures and like
never
I
see
like
that.
when it's.
I never really see people's feet. I'm never looking.
We should go get pedicures. It might be time for our new segment.
I think so.
And now it's time for I'm trying to be nicer, but
Okay, I'm trying to be nicer, but I think Bob and Monet are not allowed to talk about aesthetics. Like
That's a crazy one.
I know, but it has been on my mind for months now. They literally need to not speak about aesthetics. They're like, I don't know what it is. Whenever we do it, we get fucking raked through the combs. Those bitches are the nastiest, most vile people about aesthetics. They'll literally be like, this needs to be burned. It's so fucking ugly. She should be ashamed of doing drag. Critiquing people.
Hideous. Yo, this
Horrible.
dress is, mama, this is garbage. I hate this dress. So ugly. She can't walk in it.
What? I don't understand what she's even going after with this fucking look.
Like, girl, you can't even walk in your dress.
I don't know. But yeah, they'll wear some. I mean, look at Monet's stuff.
I mean,
I don't even want to be mean towards them because they're icon
no,
diva.
they're like truly.
Like,
Bob called me the other day. I didn't answer.
there are okay,
But
there are friends.
I'm like, you know what? I feel like because we're gonna get hate, we should call Bob right now and tell him what we're saying to his
Call her.
face. I'm gonna call him because I want her to know that we're saying this because I don't want to hear it in the comments that we're coming for them or any of that.
Oh my god.
Hello,
I'm doing the podcast. You called us. We're on the podcast.
bitch. You're on our podcast. We're talking about you.
Oh, what are you saying about me?
We have a new segment called I'm telling him because I want her to know. We have a new segment called I'm trying to be nicer, and I have been thinking about y'all for a couple. I saw you call me the other day, first of all. But y'all read the drag queen girls on y'all's podcast. You drag these bitches through the mud. Yes! You guys pop off on these new girls to the point where I start to feel bad for them. And we want to let you guys know, both of you, are you with Monet?
Yeah, she's right here. She can hear you.
Okay, good. We want to let you guys know. We want y'all to know that you are not qualified. Neither of you.
To be clear, I have some videos of you. We'll see how qualified you are.
We want you guys to know I wanted y'all to hear from the horse's mouth that you guys are not qualified to be talking about aesthetics the way y'all do.
To quote Monet, from 2 winners to 1 winner and a loser. Sit on it. Sit on it, honey.
I want to speak on it. I just wanted y'all to know that we were going to be speaking about it on our podcast.
Let me be clear. If I had been competing against Trixie Mattel, Ginger Minge, and Tempest Azure, I would have won that season 2.
Okay, well, not by aesthetics. Let me tell you that much. I would actually like to see that.
All right, bye, bitch.
Goodbye. So everyone out there, I said it to her face.
Oh my god.
They are not qualified.
I'm hot. No, I mean, it's also just like in general, it's like so crazy, like how so many bitches are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sign up to like read these bitches, and I'm like, look at what you're wearing.
Literally.
But it's like not even just them. That was like an easy one. 'Cause,
Pot,
like,
kettle,
those are
black.
literally our friends that we see on TikTok all the time. But it's like I'll be scrolling
And I
through.
love them, but not for their aesthetics.
Right, but it's like I see that like a ton of like newer drag queens too. They'll like get in the drag and they'll be like, let's talk shit
Oh
about
my
these
god, those
outfits.
new vicious ones. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, girl, look at you.
Yeah. So
Look
crazy.
in the
And I'm
mirror.
like, bitch,
Like,
they-
let's turn that criticism inward.
Yeah, and I'm like, these like 19, 21-year-old bitches are like had 3 weeks to put together packages, and we're gonna destroy them with you looking like that.
Wait, you looking like that, mama? You're coming to me in the wrinkled bodysuit,
But it's
the
like-
show costume on the
Literally
podcast.
all me and Violet care about, study, do, work, and like we only do the fashion.
The only
like,
reason
and
I
I'm like,
do
think
drag
she-
is to wear outfits.
And you're like, I should. I think Raja needs a belt, and everyone's like, kill yourself. You
literally,
fucking
how
idiot,
dare
disgusting
you
bitch.
fucking skinny white little twink bitch troll from hell.
Yeah, it's a weird one. That's a weird one for me too.
I just had to get that off my chest.
I'm glad you did. I'm trying to be nicer, but I'm sorry to all the girlies out there, but I think you should be wearing a bun to the club. Like, I hate when girls go to the fucking club and they're like, have their hair crazy and they're like flipping it, and I'm like dancing and I'm getting hit in the face with hair. It's the grossest, worst thing to me I've ever experienced. And it's like, if they're dancing really hard and it's like sweaty or something, I'm like, I just got hit in the face by someone's hair. It's guys too, if they have long hair. And anyone with long hair, I think hair nets.
Or just like quit doing that with your head.
Right, if I like,
But again, when I have a wig on and I'm at the club,
you do it too. It's fucking annoying. It's so annoying.
I'm feeling the fantasy. What can
Yeah,
I say?
I hate
But
it.
we
I
were
would never
at-
do that.
We were at a rave, and there was this girl playing. Her name is Miss Bashful.
Oh my god.
And the way, and it was also last night was the same thing, and I was like, I'm not going to that again, because it's full. First of all, I feel like I'm 100 years old at this club, this party, because it's teeny bopper Supreme Central, like children, and the kids these days, they all mix and mingle. We got straights, we got gays, we got lesies, we got bis, we got pans, we got straight dudes, and they're bitches. They're fucking girly pops.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just too much for me. And that's when I was in the dark room,
Well,
and there was a girl in the dark room with her flashlight on. And I'm like, do you not understand what this is?
I think she literally didn't.
And I
know what that
almost
was.
went so safe space San Francisco on her ass.
You should have.
I don't want to be that girl.
Well,
being
she
like,
should've-
"This is a safe space."
Well, she probably would like to know what it is. She probably had her flashlight.
Well,
on
there
being
wasn't
like, why are
anyone
the lights off?
fucking- Yeah, literally.
No, but that was that specific one where Miss Bash was performing. Was actually the first time where I was like, actually
It was
hated
hard for me, too.
the mix of people, because the straight guys were like, they were like barricading Miss Bashful, and then the girls were like dancing, and then the guys would like have like a barrier around their girls and like filming them with the lights on, and they'd be like filming around them being like, yeah, and I'd be like, I'm trying to like literally just hook up with a guy and be hot and like dance to this, and your straight men are like, I don't know, thinking this is like a porn. Like, I have no idea. They were like, yeah, and then like bring the flash out around. And I was like, enough.
No, they love the filming. And also,
But I just think you should, if you have your hair down for the
It's, like,
outfit,
rude.
like just be like kind of mindful. But like if you're like one of the bitches to go crazy, like I think pony it up, secure it, like let's go, like know your spacing. When it's just like so much hair everywhere, and I have like a drink and they're like this, I'm like, your hair's my drink. Like it's just, oh my god, I hate it.
I think
so
they're
much.
just filling their fantasy.
Yeah, well, I'm saying wear a
The
bun.
thing
You
that
can- a slick back bun is so chic.
I think it's just straight people. Like, we're talking about straight men specifically in the club love, like, at a gay club, gay men will be like, excuse me, and like dance their way through the crowd, right? Straight men will 100% of the time put their hand on your back and go, ugh, and move you.
Yeah, straight guys are gross, but also gay guys also touch you. Like I think every time a guy walks past me, I'm like, oh, you just like
Touched your
inserted
ass?
yourself in me. Yes, like fully.
I'd rather have a guy
think it's
rub
just
his
men in
cock
general.
up against me than fucking like move me around
yeah,
like
but
I'm a
straight
fucking
guys
doll.
like move. It's like not okay. It's
I
so
hate
weird.
it. And I'm like, is that normal to just put your hands on someone like that? Like,
Yeah, straight guys.
don't move me out of the way. Like, say excuse me and dance around like a normal
But
person.
that's why all the fucking girlies want to go to the gay club, is because straight guys are gross.
Yeah, well,
So they
we
wanna
went to that
party
strip club.
at
Remember
the
that
gay
guy? Like, we were at the ATM at the strip club, and that guy was like, I don't even like ran into me and then like acted like I was the problem.
Yeah,
And I was like, I'm standing here.
yeah,
It was
but
crazy.
if you're a straight guy listening to this, you're probably a little on the edge of glory, so it doesn't apply to you. But they're, you know, the straight guys we're talking about, just nasty. Also, Bob saying, coming for two winners, a winner and a loser. Fucking Monet tied on her second time, so we're not gonna do that.
Babe.
A tie.
We're
Oh,
not talking
We're
about-
bragging about a win as a tie. I didn't know that's what that was.
We're not talking
Is a
about
tie
winners and
is-
losers. We're
is a
talking
tie a
about
win?
aesthetics.
Which
They don't
a
have.
tie and a win. Interesting.
Now it's time for 1-800 No Gorge.
We are starting our brand new segment called 1-800
No
Gorge, where we take your calls, ask for advice, give us a hot take. There is no limit.
No limits. We're going to answer questions. Yeah, we're going to give it all. So if you want to be a part of this segment, head over to our Patreon. There is a little 1-800 No Gorge like section where you can
email in the voice note.
Mm-hmm.
And we will put it on air. Yes, we will.
This is our first ever one. So usually I feel like we're going to like vet these out a little bit more, but this one is our first one. So we're just going to.
I hope it's crazy.
Me too.
We're going to listen to it for the first time on air.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Let's see.
Hi, my lovelies. This is Stella.
Hi, Stella.
And I have a question that I would like some advice in return. So the question is, or for some detail, I recently cut off a toxic friend that was doing me no good, not treating me right. And so the question from that is, how does one find closure from a situation like this? And I figured it would be, worthy asking the people who
Are the
know
most toxic.
confidence and self-love the best.
That's a great one.
Oh my God.
And I cut people off like it's my job.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. This just happened to me.
Oh, right.
And it was so gross and toxic. And I just had to stop. And I was like, it made me sad for like, I don't know, a month maybe. Like, so I was
month?
Sad is not the right word. Like, it was difficult. Like, because it's my best friend. Like, my best friend, we like lived together. We were like so close and we like worked creatively together, but like it just got to a point where I was like, oh, I just have to be like lonely for a minute and just like focus, like shift my focus. And like it was really hard for like maybe a month to 3 months. I was sort of just like floating. Like I didn't really have like a support system or an anchor. And it took a minute to like find a new best friend. The new best friend that I got was sort of somebody who was like already in my life, but just like not super close. So I just really focused on amplifying that friendship. And I just suffered. I suffered and was like, fuck that person. I do not deserve that. I do not deserve this. This person is delusional. They're toxic. The way they're treating me is unacceptable. And I deserve way better. And I know my self-worth. And it was really, really hard. But like it went away. It was like so temporary. Like, and now looking back on that experience, exactly, I'm like, I can do anything I want. Like, I don't need anybody. Like, it may be difficult to cut someone off or cut them out of your life, but like that goes away and it gets easier and it gets better and it's like not hard for me.
Right. I mean, it's like really hard for me to cut people out. I don't know. I just have to make sure it's like has to be like the most toxic thing in the world for me to actually cut someone off, because I'm like, really, what is the difference between like when you like love someone and you like want to build the relationship and you want to like make it work, and it's like, okay, you're like, no one, I don't really know if I like believe in like perfect soulmates. I think that's like what love is like you're like building, and it's like you're growing with this person, you're learning to love them, you're learning like how they love, how you love, like how it works together, like it's like building together. So I'm like, it would be, I think I would have to be like burned so fucking much and played in my face so fucking hard that I'm so gagged to the point where it's like I'd have to look in the mirror and be like, you're fucking stupid if you keep this going. Like that's like the only way I could do it. And then when that happens, I feel like I would look at myself and be like, yeah, it sucks, but like it sucks way more if I would have stayed there. So it wouldn't have, it's just, you have to realize that you love yourself the most.
Yeah. I mean, and I agree with you, but it's like about building and growing together. And it's like what happened with this person. We got to a point where we were so not aligned to the point where I was like, oh, we're like living in different universes.
Well, and yours had like a boyfriend.
Yes.
That was like, he had like a better, more close support system. So it's like,
he had a support system who was like egging
anti
it on.
you. Yeah.
Who was
like,
against me and egging it on and building him up in his mind. And they were just living in a different universe than I was. Like the reality that they were living in was not the reality that I'm living in. And we were just so misaligned to the point where there was no way to come together and grow and build this relationship anymore. Like it was like, oh, we're not even seeing things happen in the same way at all, from the same perspective. Like, so we couldn't even like talk about it because I was like, from my perspective, you're delusional, and from your perspective, I'm unreasonable, and where there's just no.
Yeah.
There was no meeting of the minds anymore.
Yeah,
and
the
I
only
had
time
to-
I've had a toxic situation where I had to get out too was like we were just at different points in our lives too, where it's like they wanted to just like party and crazy, and then I was just like, I need a bunker, I need to lock in, honey. Like it's
Lock
time
it
for me to
down.
like career move, and then I'd be like. They would just be partying and like crazy, and then we were getting in fights, and then they'd be up to like 6 a.m. like talking shit about me, and
Yeah.
I'd wake up like I'd be on set like hearing how they were like talking shit in my own house. I'd be like, what is happening?
just
It
like
was
different
so bad, and I
different
was-
directions.
Yeah, and then I like look back, and I've even told Violet this, was like, I don't even think there was like one huge fight that like blew everything up. It was just like we literally almost like faded apart. It was just like, okay, well this clearly is done. Like from both of
Yeah.
us, we were like, bye.
that's sort
So
of
I
how
guess
it was
that
for
is
me.
kind of like a fight, but it was just like mutually like I'm trying to do this and you're trying to do that. Like we're not even having fun together anymore. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of how mine was too. Like there was like a fight, and then we took a break,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
then
we were fighting too.
during the break, I was like, "Oh, this is hard." Then I was like, then I got over it, and after 3 months, I was like, "I'm actually fine
Better.
without you. Yeah, I'm fine."
Yeah.
Like you wanted to take a break, and like I was sad about it, and then it forced me to like be more independent and like find a life of my own, and I did, and I was like, I don't
Yeah.
really need you. So we were like casual friends, and then another fight happened, and I was like, okay, this is it. Like I don't need this.
I feel like a break is probably like the way to go, because that would help you kind of like decipher what it is. It's like, okay, like am I actually better off without you? Like or
Yes.
like can I like
I don't-
work with you on like what this is, and like, you know,
It also
it's like
depends
a
on
break
the
would
kind of
probably help.
person you are, because even like talking about romantic relationships, there's a lot of people out there who like need to be in a like, and I'm like, I am so content with being alone. Like
Yeah.
I mean, my advice if things have already completely ended is just like hang in there, bitch. Like focus on you. Like find a new hobby. Like what's the thing you've always wanted to do, and like work towards that goal. Like
Yeah.
launch a business, suck a dick.
And you'll meet people along
along
the
the
way,
way,
that
yeah.
are going to be more aligned. So
I don't even get when people are like, oh, I was better with him. It's like, how? How could you not be better alone?
what are you talking about?
I don't get that at all. Like, unless you were like financially dependent upon them, like, I don't understand. Like, how can you not like pull yourself up from your bootstraps vibes? Like, maybe that's controversial.
I don't think there's a world where it's like you'll never be able to like live again. Maybe there is, but it's just like I think like most of the time it's like if someone's like good for you in your life, and it's like okay, just because you're like it
But
seems
good
like
for you, how? Like support system vibes?
yeah across the board. Like it doesn't matter. Like if they make you like a better person, but then it's like you have like fight. It's like okay, this is like a moment, but like I don't want you to
But
go
also
away from me.
sometimes, like, those moments in life can be like gorgeous chapters in your life book, and like, great, I got what I needed, I learned a lot, you helped me along the way, and then it turned toxic, and now like I'm gonna find someone else to help
But like
me.
life can't just always be new chapters. I want like some main characters in it throughout.
Well, yeah, there are those, but they're rare.
Right. And, like
Well,
moved
play your
on.
cards right. Maybe I'll stick around.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're actually like one of them that's like, yeah, we've like gotten in fights, and like it's been like a moment, and, like thought, and I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, but I love traveling with you and working with you, and you have made me a better person and better artist. And like,
It's been difficult.
yeah, same, honey. And so we.
I think I've improved you more than you've improved me.
Are you crazy?
No.
Okay. Let's just put side by sides of how, first of all, how we both looked.
Okay,
before.
we're not talking about. Well,
And-
that we're doing that. Yeah, let's do that.
we
Let's
didn't
do
even
that.
sound physical, and then we'll
I'm
get
not
into
talking about
emotional.
physical. I'm talking about like growing up.
Yeah, we'll both do it. Yeah, you helped me do that. I've helped you.
I'm
in
not
a lot
saying
of
you haven't
other-
helped me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. You've helped me.
Yes. I don't know. You know how to communicate better. I don't know how to. I just have
my
noticed,
God.
even with us, our relationship. I'm like, I've noticed that. Even I was like thinking about it the other day. I was
No.
like, she's so much better at like talking to me about things, and like I don't know. Then maybe we both just grown up, honey.
Sure. if that's what makes you feel better.
Right. So thank you for calling.
And that concludes this week's episode of 1-800
So that's our advice about keeping friends.
If it's toxic, get rid of it. I think I could see us being friends long term.
Yeah. One time we were talking.
Everyone thinks that we're not gonna be.
That's so weird. Just because we like, I think it's just because we bitch on camera or something. But one time we were sitting in an airport eating pizza, and we were like, kikiing. We were just like,
We've told this story.
and we were like, I love it though. I'm like, so we're like, I was like, so what do you think you're gonna be like when you're older?
No, you
I
started.
said it
Yes,
first?
you were like, I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna be in one of those electronic wheelchairs.
Yeah, I was like, I want to be in an electric wheelchair. I'll
With a
definitely have,
beard.
I'm gonna have the only beard. Might have
Beard
some
oil?
piercings. Who knows? Like one of those leather
With like a
daddies.
long, a big.
Yeah, but I would
chunky.
definitely use like scooter all around, honking at everyone. Honking, a little flag.
Trans flag?
Yeah, it would be like a chain. Yeah, trans flag. Love it. No, I'd be stealth at that point. You would know. Bottom surge.
You're gonna be you.
Bearded.
Your thirst for fame is so intense and fierce. People are gonna know who you are.
thirst for fame.
You
Okay, no,
love
I
getting
just-
recognized,
I
and
just
you
meant-
love being famous.
God, I love connecting. No, but but I literally meant like stealth with the gender sitch. Like
Yeah, but everyone's gonna know you're a fucking trans man because you're gonna shout it from the rooftops for the rest of your
whatever,
life.
whatever. But so we were like talking about that, and then we were just going back and forth about like us being friends when we're old, and then all of a sudden we like look and we were like our gate was boarding and it was like 20 minutes away, and we were like
To run.
We had a sprint, and it was because we were just talking about what we were gonna be old together. Like
I could see us being old. Like, I feel like you're either in America, at least, you're either like a Palm Springs gay or you're like a Wilton Manors kind of gay.
right. I'm not a Manners guy.
Have you even been to Wilton Manors? It's pretty fierce.
I mean, I just feel like
Remember that strip club we went to in the party bus?
yeah, I
Art
got
Basel?
COVID there.
Yes, that's Wilton Manor.
Yeah, I got COVID there.
I love it.
But
Or
I
we could
see
do,
us
like, New
owning like a
Orleans.
vintage store together. That's like a fake vintage store. That is just all of our old clothes, all of our old couture, and then people offer us a lot of money. We're like, no.
I don't know. Or do we retire in Europe?
Oh, south of Italy.
Or why not both?
Well, we are going to the south of France for Pride, so we're gonna
On
go
my
test it
birthday.
out. But yeah, so that's our advice. Thank you so much for our first ever.
1-800 No Gorge.
Love it. So like we said, click our Patreon, go leave us little voice memos. We'll play them and get you up in this gig, mama.
Yes, nothing is off the table.
Yeah, plug your name. We'll play it. Love
Yes, baby.
free ads.
Thanks for calling in.
That's
Mwah.
it.
Oh my God, we haven't even told them about our big announcement of the day.
I know, because right now, as the show is airing, we are in Paris, France.
Celebrating the launch of the new Jean Paul Gaultier perfume campaign that we are in.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yes, girl.
Yes.
I love a fragrance ad.
I know, same.
This
Well,
one's-
this is my first one ever.
Welcome to the club, baby.
Yeah, Violet did a Gaultier fragrance ad before,
Uh-huh.
and this is her second one, and this is my very first ever Gaultier.
And you killed it. You were like the star of the show. I was pissed. Yeah.
So next week we'll like show it to you and give you like BTS and all this stuff, because
Yeah.
there's so much that happened on set.
Oh
and
my
like,
God. Well, we took the Jean Paul Gaultier Orient Express from Paris to Venice last year. So fabulous. And basically the Gaultier team loved it so much and loved everyone that was on the train so much. And it was truly the most one of the most glamorous things I've ever
Yeah.
done. Caviar
Yeah.
omelets,
But they loved
champagne
it
buttons.
so much that they were like, we need this for
The
campaign.
campaign.
And so they like rebuilt the train in Budapest and like brought us out. And so yeah, we'll get into that next
We'll
week.
get into it for sure. And then we're going to Paris to go back on the Orient Express for the launch party.
Which will be on as we speak.
Right now, today.
I know, it's so fun. So yeah, thank God, because the Orient Express is so major.
No, it was so major. I love it. And we look great in the campaign from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll talk more about it next week.
Yes. So see you guys next week. We'll get into that. All these artists.
We'll probably have some videos of us in Paris as well.
for sure.
We can chop those in, chopping it up.
So get into our Paris life next week.
Love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this week's episode of
No Gorge.
Bye, Gorge.
Bye, Gorge.
Mwah.
No Gorge.
That was a headgum podcast.